Okay, we're going to start off today, short shot time video. We've got two different disconnects on a piece of our equipment here. The one on the right has fuses in it, and the one on the left doesn't. Now that one on the right, yeah, this is the one that doesn't. It's just like a regular circuit breaker that you have in your house, and it goes right in there. Now, we got this one right here. This is the old one. They don't make these anymore. Not this style anyway. They don't make them. They don't make them with the fuses. So you can do the same thing with that little breaker right there, that little disconnect. So that's what we got to do. But of course, since it's being smaller than the other one, the holes don't line up. Well, thankfully, the place that I work for, the people that make our equipment for us, made me a template. That's right. Made me a template. I can take this template, those two holes, that hole there and that hole there, and I can mount it in that cabinet, and those holes are already made for me. So all I got to do is mount that template into the place, and I can make my holes. Alright, this is the power coming in. This is a disconnect for our equipment. Our equipment runs off of 480 volts and a separate 110 volt circuit, and that's what these wires down here are for. Don't fear, I've got them all disconnected and taken back, turned off back at the disconnect, at the substation. That's what I was looking for. Those wires on top of are the wires that go to the various pieces of equipment. But there's the template. That's what I've got put up. It's just like putting up putting a lock, a deadbolt in a door. They give you that template, but this is the same thing. Take that template right there and got the template mounted to the back plane back there, and you just drill those two holes right there, and that's how it goes, just like that. The 110 volt circuit is there on the side, and the 3-phase 480 is coming in the bottom and coming out the top, going to the drives, the little servo drives. That little 110 circuit goes to that breaker there on the left. If you look to the left right in there, you'll see where it goes. But the 480 volts comes up. See those breakers up at the top? That's where they go. That way, whenever you turn off the power right here, it kills the power to the entire machine and to the entire cabinet. Now, one thing I had to do is I had to cut that darn little arm off right there. Because it was a little too long, but all you gotta do is nothing to that, just carry it over there, chop it, and put it off. And then there's the doorknob right there. Keeps the cabinet from keeps you from opening that cabinet if you got power on it. And you really, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, you really don't need to be in. Okay, y'all, we got a couple of tidbits from history. The first one comes from World War I, and the second one comes from World War II. During the First World War, the Allies had set up a blockade around Germany to prevent them from being able to bring in extra armaments or anything else that you would want to bring in during a blockade. So the Germans decided that they were going to take one of their ships, the Camp Trafalgar, one of their destroyers, and they were going to disguise it as a British destroyer. And the ship that it was going to be disguised as was the HMS Carpathia. Now, once it sets sail and gets out in the open ocean, it finds out where the blockade is and tries to just ease through the blockade. You know, hey, we're all one big happy family here, you know. Unfortunately, the first ship that it comes across is the real HMS Carpathia. Needless to say, it was taken care of. Now, the second story, or the second little tidbit, comes from the Second World War. There was a Japanese salesman, Satoyu Yamaguchi. I can't believe I got that on the first try. Satoyu Yamaguchi. He was a salesman in Japan. He was a Japanese salesman who just so happened to be in Hiroshima when the bomb was dropped. Unbelievably, he survived it. 3 days later, he said he's going back home. But unfortunately, home is in Nagasaki. So 3 days later, when that bomb is dropped, he survives that one too. So he's the only one that survived, that I know of, that survived both atomic bomb drops. Man. Of course, I don't know. I have no idea what his skin looked like after that. Radiation probably did a nice little number on it.